I just want to let everybody know that we're going to get started in about 5 minutes. So please go ahead and finish up your meals. If you need to use the restroom or grab another drink, now's the time to do it. We're going to get the program started in about 5 minutes. Thanks, everyone. All right, everyone, we are ready to get go with what expects to be an amazing evening here. Thanks, everyone, for coming. So great to see so many familiar faces from however many years ago that may be, but this has already been a fun evening for everyone, and it's only going to get better. I want to officially welcome you to a special night for UB Athletics. We are proud once again to honor the amazing athletes and coaches that helped create the tradition of Buffalo Bulls athletics. My name is Paul Peck. Thank you. That's worth a round of applause. Not me, but the wonderful tradition. My name is Paul Peck. I'm the voice of the Bulls. I'll be your MC for tonight. The 5 new members of the Gisevich family UB Athletics Hall of Fame all helped build what is now one of the winningest and most admired athletic programs in the Mid-American Conference. Speaking of the Gisevich family, I want to acknowledge that Connie is here. If I have any lipstick on my cheek, it's from Connie earlier. Let's make that official. But Connie is here to represent the Gisevich family, who have meant so much to, again, that tradition of UB athletics. So tonight, we are going to induct a Courtney who dominated the court. A tennis court ace whose net gain was a MAC title. A guest who was never a good host for opposing quarterbacks, a pitch-perfect soccer player, and a legendary coach with all the right stuff. It is going to be a fun night. Special thanks to all of the Hall of Fame selection committee members for all the hard work that they put into for making this event possible. And of course, none of it would have happened without the leadership of Vice President and Director of Athletics, Mark Allnut. Mark, come on up.
Hey, good evening, everyone. Gosh, Paul, tough act to follow, my friend. Tough act to follow. I like how you set up all of our great inductees for tonight. But first of all, before we get started here, we lost a family member this week. Someone who was a Hall of Famer here at UB, and a person that took a program that was dead, buried, revived it, and did tremendous things, and ended up being the winningest coach in UB football's history. So, Bill Dando, what a great man. Let's just give a moment of silence. Obviously, thoughts and prayers to the family and loved ones. Thank you for that. Going on 4 years here at UB, starting my 5th year in April. And when I first came here from University of Memphis back in April of 2018, obviously you do a lot of research. You do a lot of listening. You try to assess the program and obviously where it can go. And one of the things that was abundantly clear to me within the first 6 months is I heard about a Hall of Fame that we had. Okay, I'm gonna stress that we had. The last time we had opportunity to have a celebration like this was 2014, and obviously asking the questions, why it happened, or more importantly, how can we get this started again? So being able to have those conversations and put together a team of incredible folks, which I'll mention here, to be able to start this, we're so excited to be here where we are now. Now again, things happened about 24 months ago that we couldn't control, and we're probably about a year or two late with this. But what an outstanding opportunity here in Alumni Arena with how this is set up. A packed house to recognize our first class since 2014. So again, thank you for being here. And with that being said, though, plenty of people to thank. And I would love for these individuals in attendance to stand. First of all, our Hall of Fame Selection Committee. Our chair of that Hall of Fame Selection Committee, John Fuller. Can you please stand? Eric Gross. Eric Alcott, Jacobs Medical School and Advancement. Thanks, Eric. Oh, Kristen Murphy, my buddy. Scott Hollander, UB Libraries. Scott? Hey, one thing about Scott, who all is on Twitter here? Anyone on Twitter, raise your hand. Raise your hand if you're, a lot of hands are popping up. Please follow Scott Hollander. He's an incredible follow, talks about the history of UB and also UB athletics, phenomenal. Kirk Berry here, former football. Kirk's not here. And then also Annalisa Calvert, former women's soccer student athlete. She's not here as well. We also have a Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame event committee, which Eric Gross, again, the chair for that. So thank you, Eric. Boone Enzer, where's Boone? He's probably back in the back doing production. Boone, let's give him a hand. I tell you, this person's a jack of all trades. Where's Elaine Russell? Elaine Russell, can you please stand? Where's she at? She's around, running around doing. There she is, right there behind the curtain. Ian Frost. Thanks, Ian. Is Melissa here? Melissa Tuitt? Is she here? Melissa in the back there? Thank you, Melissa. Jeremy Applegate. Not here. Okay, Jeremy's not here. We all love this guy. Where's Bill Breen at? Bill? Right there in the back. Wearing a tie. Looking good, Bill. Looking good. Looking good. Believe we have all those folks. Also, too, we have some Hall of Famers here tonight. Hall of Famers. Is Don Gilbert here? Don? 58 team, Don Gilbert. Thanks, Don. Anthony Swan, football. Right there. There he is, Anthony. Thank you. Hey, this guy sent me a letter about the Hall of Fame, so hopefully we're delivered. Ed Michael, where you at? Stand up over there, Ed. I saw this guy come in, definitely dressed for the occasion. Mouse McNally, where you at, Mouse? Looking good, Mouse. Good seeing you, buddy. Cliff Scott, I see you over there, Cliff. Football. There you are, Cliff. I believe I caught everybody. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody here. So, no, thank you for having the Hall of Famers here. Just special people I want to recognize that are here in attendance tonight I'd be remiss to being able to recognize them and thank them for obviously their support and what they do for not only UB but UB athletics. Dr. Satish Tripathi and Kamlesh, President, thank you. John Dandis, member of the council. Thank you, John. Jim Atwood, our faculty athletic rep, and his wife, Mary. And we got a dual role in terms of faculty athletic representative, Mark Frank, back there in the back. And I, too, I know Paul Peck said it, but it's always lovely to see Connie Gusevich. So, Connie, thank you for being here. Thank you. Thank you. And last but not least, I have to recognize my wife, Kate Allnut over there. So thank you, Kate, for being here. Appreciate it. And then one last special thanks. I mean, to make this event possible and happen, and hopefully, as the inductees see this and all the attendees see it, as it being a first-class event here on our home court here, where tomorrow we have an outstanding doubleheader, and we're going to walk away with 2 wins. But it's always helpful to have some support. So definitely want to recognize Lackawanna Products and the Murchie family. So thank you for your generous support. So with that being said, hey, it's 2022. It's been 8 years. So let the fun begin. We have 5 phenomenal people that we're going to induct tonight, and they have some incredible stories. So again, thank you everyone for being here, and we appreciate all you do for UB, and we're going to continue to grow this thing like it should. So thank you, and Paul, come on back up.
All right, let's get this started. Winning MAC championships has become a regular event around here, but any good Bulls fan, and I know everybody in here is one of those, knows the first sport to win a MAC tournament championship and go to the NCAA tournament was women's tennis in 2008. When legendary coach Kathy Twist needed a big point or a win to get them there, she turned to her ace, Andrea Novacano.
Andrea Novacano played women's tennis for the Bulls from 2004 to 2008. A native of Romania, she holds UB's record for career singles victories with 83 and helped lead the Bulls to their first ever Mid-American Conference title and NCAA tournament appearance in 2008. Novacano is a three-time first-team All-MAC selection and four-time All-Conference honoree, earning MAC Newcomer of the Year recognition in 2005. Novacano was also named the 2008 ITA East Senior Player of the Year. Congratulations to Andrea Novacano, the newest member of the UB Athletics Hall of Fame.
Andrea could not be here with us tonight due to difficulties traveling from her native Romania, but she did send us this video message.
Hi everyone. First, I would like to congratulate my fellow inductees for their great achievements. And I would like to thank the UB Athletics Hall of Fame for choosing me for the 2022 class. It goes without saying I wish I could be with you tonight. My love for tennis was instilled by my father, who carried me on the tennis court for the first time when I was a few months old. The kids he coached witnessed my first steps, so the fact that I ended up playing tennis wasn't such a far-fetched idea. Practicing with my brother and older kids since I was shorter than the net made me think it was only normal to try to win against anyone older than me. Of course, that didn't really happen, but it didn't stop me from trying. Due to their support and motivation, I kept on getting better. So by the time I was 15, I was invited to spar with Irina Spârlea, who at the time was ranked in the top 25 female tennis players in the world. I never heard of a Hall of Fame until I got to UB. So up to that moment, I didn't really know what it meant. When I first walked through Alumni Arena with Kathy Twist, I saw a huge wall filled with the pictures of so many people with incredible accomplishments. That is when Coach told me what the wall represented. And since then, whenever I walked by myself through the main hallway of Alumni Arena, I would stop to look at the UB Athletics Hall of Fame wall and read about someone new every day. But I would always stop at this one plaque. It was Ellen S. Baker's. Every time I would go there, I would think, wow, what amazing accomplishments. Wouldn't it be something to end up on this wall next to her? But I never thought that would really happen. I would like to thank my UB coaches, Kathy Twist and Alida Galovitz, for your constant support, for recruiting me without seeing me play, and trusting that I would be a good fit for the team. Thank you, Coach Ferry Kasiman, for not taking any BS and for pushing me to my limits and beyond. Thank you, Kirsten Nordman Maines, for being an invaluable teammate, captain, and coach throughout my years at UB. You all guided me, pushed me, and showed me support, even in the toughest moments, and because of that I was able to persevere and get better every year. In my senior year, we had the MAC championship at home, and everything was incredible. Smaranda, Stan, McNerney, and I had our moms in the stands, cheering from the top of their lungs, and supporters were everywhere, including on the top of the tennis hut. UB students, teachers, and staff, fellow athletes and community members were cheering us on, and every single team member stepped up when we needed to. Kathy always told me to enjoy the moment, and that was such a grand one. When we were down against Toledo and my opponent was 2 points away from winning the match, I finally realized what she meant. There was no pressure, no fatigue, and no what-ifs. There was just that blessed moment with the sun smiling on my face and the loved ones in the stands. That's when I just knew we would win the championship. All of us played like we knew it, and so we did. When Smaranda won the last point against Western Michigan and we picked up the championship trophy, we felt like all the hard work paid off. This picture is the perfect representation of us, the UB women's tennis team, being lifted and supported by everyone in the staff. Pat Wilson, Kelly Piper, Kelly Crotnan, Ward Manuel, Ed Fitzsimmons, among so many. Thank you all. This wouldn't have happened without your tireless support. Finally, but not least, my teammates, Kristen Nordman, Smaranda Stan, Denise Harijanto, Tina Jacob, Miglena Nenova, Catherine Fisher, Natalie Dean, Anna Shbenkova, Diana Toya, Diana Popescu, Kate Turner, and Adi Petrova. Thank you for motivating me to work even harder on and off the court. And for the future generations, I would like to say, just live the moment and dare to dream big. Sports open doors for you, and if not doors, at least they open windows. So have the courage to go through them and be the best you can be. I am in the same team as Ellen S. Baker now, which shows that dreams really do come true. Thank you. Go Bulls.
And if you're wondering, the Hall of Famer that Andrea references, 1974 graduate Ellen Schulman Baker. She was an outstanding swimmer here at UB who wound up becoming an astronaut and flew on 3 shuttle missions in the 1980s and 90s. Well, accepting Andrea's Hall of Fame ring from Mark Allnut is Andrea's former teammate and current women's tennis coach, Kristen Maines. Congratulations to Andrea. Well, this season, fans of UB women's basketball have heard the name Courtney Brown as current Bulls DeAsia Fair and Summer Hemphill get close to her records for points and rebounds. The fact that Courtney still holds those records and that she's held them for so long is exactly why she's on her way to the Hall of Fame.
Courtney Brown played for the Bulls from 2006 to 2011 and is Buffalo's all-time leader in scoring, rebounding, and block shots. In 2011, she became the first and to this date the program's only Mid-American Conference Player of the Year. She's a 2-time MAC Defensive Player of the Year, and in 2011 she was an honorable mention All-American. Brown holds the single-season MAC record for field goals made and is the MAC's career record holder for block shots. Congratulations to Courtney Brown, the newest member of the UB Athletics Hall of Fame.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome into the UB Athletics Hall of Fame, Courtney Brown.
All right, get myself together here. Hi everyone. I hope everyone's been enjoying this evening so far. I'm gonna go ahead and get this off my chest right off the bat. It's been a while since I've done anything that has been public speaking, so excuse me if I am a little nervous. On my defense, I did try and ask Brian Wolf to help me do some remedial media training. That did not go down well. So here's what we got. In all seriousness though, first off, I do want to thank the Hall of Fame committee for even thinking that I'm worthy of this nomination and honor. I truly appreciate to get the opportunity to join such a talented group of people. And similarly, I'd like to congratulate all of my fellow inductees. We made it. But seriously, it is a joy to be able to share the stage with all of you tonight, and I'm truly humbled. So, as most of you probably know, basketball has been in my life for as long as I can remember, really. It started off when I was really, really young, like about 5 years old, chasing my brother and his friends around, just trying to play, just trying to learn the game and be a part of it. And then fast forward many years later, I'm finally able to beat my brother in basketball, which in my mind was a very great achievement and something I'm still proud of to this day. But that really was an integral part of my life and how I grew as a person. And right alongside of that basketball journey has always been my family. Whether they're supporting me at games, encouraging me after a tough game, or teaching me sometimes tough but very valuable lessons. My family has always been there. From my brother Calvin to my sister Brandy, who unfortunately couldn't be with us tonight, but she is definitely here in spirit, to even my Aunt Mabel, who lived right down the street from UB off of Sweet Home and always had a home-cooked meal ready for me when I was done eating at the dorms for a while. So I really appreciate all of them. But I think one of the most important things is I wouldn't be standing here on this stage if it wasn't for my mom and dad believing in me and believing in my dreams. A lot of times you hear people say, you can do anything you put your mind to. And you believe it. But the question is, how? What are the actionable things that I can do to put myself in a place where I can put my mind to do anything I want? And that's what my parents did. They were great at encouraging me verbally, but the best thing they did was encourage me through actions. I remember when I was 8 years old and I first said, yeah, I definitely want to do basketball. I love it. They signed me up for every rec league that they could find in the area and carted me around to all these games just to put me in the place where I could do what I put my mind to. And it didn't stop there. The summer before my senior year, very important summer for AAU, and if you want to go play basketball in college, we went up and down the East Coast, collecting a lot of tickets along the way, traffic tickets, because we're trying to get to tournaments. But we played in so many AAU tournaments. My parents gave me that opportunity to have as many college coaches see me play as they could. And I appreciate them getting me to this step here, and then they took it one step beyond. Even as I got into college, it became a focus of a different thing. You've made it to a part of your goal, now you have to continue to excel. I know many of you probably remember my father sitting in the very top row of Alumni Arena every game alone, watching the game and analyzing things. And usually the first person down on the court asking for some sort of stat sheet so he could see what was going on and what happened. Now, that would lead you to think that, hey, he's gonna come and talk about your stats and stuff, but we never did. We never really talked about the points, the rebounds, the block shots. We talked about the details of what made me make a certain move, what made me decide to go to this position, and what should I focus on to be better. Those are the things that we always talked about. And I think it comes from a family collection because my mom told me something, and I still live by this quote to the day. She said, Courtney, you gotta pay attention to the details because the details are what's gonna make the bigger pictures. And that stood out for me because it's been a part of my entire life, a part of my entire basketball journey is we focused on the parts that put me in a position to be able to put my mind to do something successfully. And that invaluable lesson, I will be forever grateful to them and thankful for them for always teaching me that. So to my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, and even my aunt, all my family, thank you guys so much. I really love you. So I got that big piece out of the way. Playing basketball since I was 5 years old until I was 23, that's 18 years. And in 18 years, you go across so many basketball coaches in different programs. And I feel like each coach contributed to my success and my growth as a basketball player. I remember the very first coach that stood out to me, and she was my high school coach, Julie Solis. She came up to me one day and she was like, so Courtney, do you want to be a mediocre basketball player or do you want to be a great basketball player? In my mind, I'm like, I'm a great basketball player. Yeah, I see it. But it tricked something in me and it flipped a switch that made me realize that I'm playing and I'm working like a mediocre basketball player. And if I want to be great, I need to have the work ethic, the determination, and the focus of a great basketball player. And from that day, I never wanted anyone to see me play or see me work and think that I was okay being mediocre. And so that's one of the biggest things that propelled me to get in the sight of a lot of college coaches. And the one college coach that stood out the most to me, Coach Linda Hill McDonald, sitting in my living room. I'm a senior in college, 6'1", 130-pound beanpole, right? She comes and says, I think you can have an impact in Division I basketball. And I was like, I don't know if I really believe you on that, but I like UB, I like the engineering program, it sounds good. And then she kept going, she said, I really think you could be a special player. And I may not have believed in myself at that time, but she did believe in me so much. And over the next 5 years, she took me under her wing and developed me into the basketball player that was able to get into the Hall of Fame today. You know, and so I will be forever grateful to her for taking that chance on me and really developing me into that player. And I really appreciate it. So thank you, Coach Mack. Another big thank you just goes out to all of my teammates. You know, we all worked very hard in the trenches together over the course of my 5 years. And sometimes it was tough, but we all learned valuable lessons from working together. And I really appreciate each of my teammates that I had. And along with my teammates, I have to thank all of the support staff that we had for UB women's basketball. You know, that's our compliance, our academic advisors, our tutors, our guidance counselors. Everyone helped build that program into a family, and I really appreciate it. And the biggest coordinator behind them all, who was our director of operations at the time, Paya, who had the joy of dealing with me for 5 years, I really thank you very much. And the last thing I want to say is I want to thank the UB engineering department. You know, a lot of times we focus on the athlete, and being a student athlete is hard. It can be really hard sometimes. You know, you're going to miss classes, you're going to miss exams, you're going to miss labs, and it's easy to fall behind. But all of my professors that I got to work with at the UB engineering department were so supportive, whether it was coming in on their day off or adding extra office hours so I wouldn't get behind and just fall behind in my classes. I really appreciate that. They treated me as an important student, which is all you can ask for when you're being a student athlete and you want to be successful. So I'd like to say thank you to them as well. And just in closing, you know, thank you everyone who has been in my life. You all had an impact in helping me get here, and I truly appreciate it. And I say this from the bottom of my heart. This award is just as much yours as it is mine. So thank you.
Courtney is going to be presented her Hall of Fame ring by Mark Allnut. Well done, Courtney. Apparently she really was paying attention in Brian Wolf's media training classes back in the day. All right, we are off and rolling here now. In the mid-90s, as the UB football program made the move from Division III to Division I AA, they needed someone with broad shoulders to carry them forward. Well, whether it was the shoulders or those huge 90s shoulder pads of his, that man was Craig Guest, one of the biggest and baddest bulls to ever hit the field at UB Stadium.
A hard-hitting linebacker, Craig Guest was a terror on the gridiron from 1992 to 1996. A two-time All-ECAC first-team selection, he ranks second in program history in career tackles with 455, including a single-season school record 161 in 1995. His 80 solo stops in 1996 are the most in school history, while his 77 solo tackles in 1995 rank second. His 10.3 tackles per game average still stands as a school record. Guest was a third-team All-American in 1996 and an honorable mention All-American in 1995. Congratulations to Craig Guest, the newest member of the UB Athletics Hall of Fame.
We wanted to present Craig with a commemorative pair of those shoulder pads. We couldn't find any in the equipment room. Apparently they're holding up a building somewhere on campus. So please welcome to the podium one of the greatest linebackers to ever play at UB, Craig Guest.
All right. First off, congratulations to all the other inductees. Thank you to the give this. I was practicing this all day. Thank you to everyone that had anything involved with me getting up here. It's been over 20 years since the last time I put on a UB helmet. Since then, I have done a couple of other things. One is becoming a father. With that being said, my sons, Craig Carl Guest Jr. and Maddox Hamilton Guest, along with your mother and I, you are the best things I have ever been a part of. You make us proud every day. And just know that you are more than beyond loved, and you make us so proud, so proud. Big things are coming for you, and I hope we're here to see every step of it along your journey. With all the help, it's very humbling to accept this because there's no way I could have done any of this without those 10 other guys on defense, those 11 on offense, those 11 on special teams. So this is very humbling and sort of hard to accept, but I'll take it. To my coaches, when I first got here, Coach Ward, my position coach, James Garland, to Craig Service, to Ed O'Neill, I thank everyone on the coaching staff, training staff, because without any of those things, none of this would be possible. To all my brothers from other mothers, all my teammates, some of which who are here tonight, many of which are not, I love you guys. I love coming back and hanging with you guys. It keeps me young, keeps those memories coming back. And life goes on. You miss some of that, but you remember the bonds that you make. And now, your teammates become family. And staying on the family, there's a couple families I need to thank, which is the Ellis family, the Brenda Thomas family. These are people that I grew up with on my way to UB. And of course, last but not least, my own family, with my mother and father, Cliff and Patricia Guest, my older brother, Clifford Guest Jr., and my sister, Carlene Rivers. You guys helped me so much by showing me the right direction. And I know I can be a little hard-headed and tough to steer in that right direction, but you didn't give up, and you kept on me, and I'm so appreciative. And I love you guys, and thank you very much. Hope everyone has a good night, and let's go UB, horns up.
Another old linebacker who wore big shoulder pads is going to present Craig his Hall of Fame ring. Congratulations, Craig. In the late 90s, the Bulls were making the move to the Mid-American Conference. Every UB team needed a big-time player to lead the way to big-time college athletics. And when the men's soccer team needed a big play, they turned to Brian McCallion.
Brian McCallion was a standout on the pitch for the men's soccer team from 1997 to 2000. A four-time all-conference selection, he started every game over his four-year career. The first player in UB's Division I history to accomplish the feat. He ranks third in program history in career assists with 17, just two shy of the school record. McCallion was the 2001 Clifford C. Furness Award winner. And in 2014, he was named the Alumnus of the Year by the UB School of Management. Congratulations to Brian McCallion, the newest member of the UB Athletics Hall of Fame.
Please welcome up to the stage and into the UB Athletics Hall of Fame, Brian McCallion.
Let's down a little bit after Craig. But yeah, I feel like I should just say everything Courtney and Craig said. Incredible. You know, but it is truly, I mean, what a moment. What an awesome moment to be here in front of all of you. You think back, if you were, I don't know, 10-year-old Brian McCallion, and think you'd get to go play Division I soccer and then be up here, you know, receiving this honor. So incredible. You think back, I don't know, college is 4 years. I can't remember the last 4 years fly by right now. They go so fast. But those 4 years, you can remember everything. I can remember being in my family room and committing to Buffalo with my parents and Coach Ostadio on the phone. Remember our first preseason, which was pretty eye-opening and making you aware of what Division I sports was like. But you remember details about games. You remember plays that happened. You remember goals. You remember getting scored on and how you felt. I remember practice, you know, sophomore year. Coach Carnahan pulled myself and John Shannon aside and told us, you know, we're no longer freshmen. We're leaders of the team. Just incredible moments. You know, we came in, and I think I was asking Coach before, I think there was 11 to 12 freshmen. And we came in, you know, we had a great year. We were in the Mid-Continent Conference. We had a great year. But we knew the next year we were going to the MAC. So it was a transition time. We're going to the MAC, and the competition was going to be, it was a step up. It was a step up. Akron was in the conference. They were top 5 in the country. Kentucky was in the conference at that time. Sometimes they were better than Akron. But we had, you know, our team had grit. You know, our teammates had grit. We fought through. We won some huge games. Michigan State, Notre Dame. Just incredible team building and being together. But I think, as you know, I was thinking about being up here and this opportunity to be here. I was thinking about what UB did for me. I got the opportunity to wear a Bulls jersey for 4 years. How incredible! I met great friends. A lot of them are here. I had. Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming. I had the opportunity. You know, 2 of my closest friends and teammates from college were teammates in high school. Excuse me. Were 2 of my closest friends and teammates in college, John Shannon and Tom Frederick. Got to go through the journey with them. But I also learned how to get ready for my future. And the truth is that happens on and off the field. You know, with Coach Ostadio, his staff, my teammates, being a student athlete prepares you for your future. That also happened in the classroom. Professor Ampadu's here in the School of Management. Really incredible. What else could I ask for? And then, you know, lastly, I met my wife Kathy here at the university in accounting class. I should also thank Professor Ampadu for making us study so much. But really incredible. Couldn't ask for anything more. Again, I said this, incredibly humbled. I thank my teammates. I thank my friends. But really, what a moment. What an incredible moment in life. Thank you.
Good stuff, Brian. Congratulations. There you go. The boys want to give him another round of applause. We're going to let them do it. Men's hockey no longer competes as a Division I program here at UB, but it still evokes fond memories for the men who laced it up in the blue and white. Bulls superfan Toonie Murchie, I see him sitting right there. It's rare occasion that he's not wearing his UB hockey gear because he's always wearing it around campus. But if you ask Toonie and any of those players what they remember most about their time on the ice, they'll all say one thing. It's playing for Coach Ed Wright.
Ed Wright is a pioneer in the sport of hockey. He served as head coach of the men's hockey program from 1970 to 1981, and again for the 1986-87 season. In doing so, he became the nation's first African-American head coach of a collegiate hockey program. He led the Bulls to 138 wins over his career, including 6 winning seasons. Following his coaching career, he remained at UB as an administrator until his retirement in 2012. Wright is credited with forming UB's recreation and intramural programs. Congratulations to Ed Wright, the newest member of the UB Athletics Hall of Fame.
It is my honor to introduce to you a true pioneer and welcome him into the UB Athletics Hall of Fame. Please, nice round of applause for Ed Wright.
I was informed by Bill Breen to keep it easy, Ed. Don't get carried away. But anyway, it's certainly a pleasure, and I'd like to first of all acknowledge Connie Gasevich, and of course Ed was my doctor. He was a team doctor for hockey, and just a fantastic individual and a great athlete, and I'll always remember him. He has a special place in my heart. I give thanks for this day, and I give thanks for the many blessings that have come my way. Please let today and the days to come be days of understanding, compassion, love, faith, and trust. I'd like to give congratulations to my fellow inductees, Courtney, Andrea, Craig, and Brian. This acknowledgement today is an indication of thanks for your outstanding contributions to the fabric of the University at Buffalo. You are leaving an everlasting stitch in the UB fabric, as are, through me, my former players, students, and R&I employees. To name all who have contributed to my being is not possible because of the volume and time limitations. Know emphatically that you are endeared. I accept this honor tonight because of you and knowing that you are who I am, adding our very own bright stitch to the UB fabric. It's a heartwarming feeling to be back on the North Campus and inside Alumni Arena. I have had the privilege of seeing this facility come to life from the first shovel of dirt. Life is a beautiful thing, but also difficult. The loss of the hockey arena was replaced by R&I services. With that understanding, playing the game of life is what we do. We are all playing the game. We are all participants, players, either by choice or not. We are fathers, we are mothers, we are sisters, we are brothers, we are doctors, we are lawyers. We're all playing a game. How competent you are at playing your particular endeavor, to me, is your God-given ability to break down and give attention to your circumstance and then apply love or tough love. Applying tough love and convincing them that it is not in their best interest and rewards are down the road require skill. My mother used to say, "You need to straighten up and fly right." She would then apply the proper dosage of love to remedy the situation. Today's occasion reinforces my most fulfilling accomplishments and endearing feelings. Hearing of and knowing of those who have passed my way and are succeeding in their lives is rewarding and are my medals. If something I said or did or had a hand in creating joy, then my purpose is realized. In closing, I would like to reference a quote by Grantland Rice. This quote was embossed on an antique wood shingle and was strategically placed at eye level by my mother in our home. It simply read, "For when the one great scorer comes to mark against your name, he writes not that you won or lost, but how you played the game." With that, in closing, I'd like to once again thank the Academy for this reward. And as I leave my friends, and the last thing I say to everybody these days is, keep it going on. Thank you.
How about one big nice round of applause for the newest inductees into the UB Athletics Hall of Fame. We would like all the inductees to come up for a group picture when we wrap up. Don't forget, the Hall of Fame weekend will continue as all of our inductees will be honored at tomorrow's basketball doubleheader. The women take on Miami at 1, the men take on Western Michigan at 4 o'clock. We hope to see all of you there for that tomorrow. And on your way out today, or maybe tomorrow if you're here, take that walk upstairs to the hallway at Alumni Arena. Look at some of those names on the Hall of Fame list. Read some of those bios. Maybe you'll find some of the same inspiration that Andrea did from one of those names. These are the folks that have gotten us to where we are now, and for those of us that are enjoying the ride, we thank you for helping us get there. Thank you for being a part of a great evening tonight, everyone. Can't wait to see you tomorrow. Thanks for coming. Good night, everybody.